Hey everybody, so here it is. This is day 2 of week 12 of the 12-week Fit in 20 workout challenge. There's actually going to be a 13th week only because I inserted a deload week in between. You remember that. That was week 7. So you have 6 weeks of workouts, 1 deload week, and then 6 more weeks of workouts. And so that'll be next week will be the very last of those. So you are almost done. Fantastic. We've switched the format. We've gone to mini circuits, 2 mini circuits. I'm going to do basically the same exercises that we did on day 1, but I'm going to add a little bit of a twist. Remember day 1, we did something in the first circuit called 1 1/2 reps. So we changed how the repetition was done. Well, we're going to do that again here. We're going to do a slower lifting count. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our time on the squat, and we're going to take our time on the bent row in the amount of time we take to descend. So what that looks like is we're going to take 4 seconds to squat down, hold it for a second at the bottom, come right back up, and then move down right away. So there's no pause in switching directions coming back down, but there is a brief pause at the bottom. What we're trying to do is the same sort of thing that we were doing in day 1, increasing the time under tension of the muscle, but we're doing it a little bit differently, okay? And you're going to find that this really burns. So, squats are, as always, just go over the form really quick, feet shoulder width apart, toes pointed out a little bit, my knees and my hips bend, and they straighten together at the same time. I breathe in and out, in and out, gripping the ground with my feet, trying to push my knees out, especially as I come up, because people tend to bow their knees in sometimes when they're coming up. You really want to push out and make sure that your knees are tracking your toes. Okay, stay on your heels, sit back. Don't be afraid to sit back. Don't be afraid to bend over, but don't slouch. Keep your chest out and your core tight. Okay, now what we're going to do today is we're going to slow that down. We're going to take 4 seconds to go down, pause at the bottom, come right back up and go down again. Here's what it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, and up, 2, 3, 4, hold, and up. So, we're going nice and slow. You're going to find the legs are burning really bad in no time. And what we're going to do is we're only going to do 8 repetitions of each exercise. Okay, so 8 repetitions of the squats in the first set. And remember, we're going for 2 minutes. It's a short circuit, a 2 exercise circuit for 2 minutes. The bent row, and again, I can hold on to dumbbells, water bottles, cans of food, whatever I want. In this case, I'll just have imaginary dumbbells in my hands. Go over the form again really quick. Bent over, core is tight, chest is out, my back is nice and straight. I'm not slouching, nice and straight. A bent row is normally where I squeeze my shoulder blades, pull the weights up, and pull my elbows to the ceiling. Okay, so this is a normal bent row. Here's what it's going to look like today. Pull up and hold, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, hold, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do 8 repetitions of those. We're going to bounce back and forth between the first exercise and the second exercise for 2 minutes, and we're going to do that for 3 sets, okay? Now, in the second set, in day 1, we did lunges, we did a shoulder press, and we did either side bends or we did a Russian twist, okay? I'm going to change the last exercise only, but I'm going to change how we do the first 2 exercises, okay? And again, remember, work at your level in both of these sets. Work at your level. You can do the alternate exercises that I'm going to give you, or you can do the hardest version of the exercises, which are the ones I'm presenting here. Go at your own pace. Make sure you're not causing any joint pain. All the stuff I normally talk about. Muscle pain's good, joint pain's bad, okay? Lunges. What we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing as we did in the first set. We're going to slow the count down, okay? So you're going to step out and come down, 2, 3, 4, and hold, and back. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, and back. And you're changing right away, okay? So it's a 4-second descent, just like the squat, 1 second hold at the bottom, right back up, no rest as you go out to the other leg. We'll do 8 of those, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So each time you step out, you do a 1 count. It's not that we have to do 8 on both sides, we do 8 total, okay? And then we're gonna go to the next exercise, which was a shoulder press, okay? We're gonna do the same thing, except we're gonna do the 4 count, okay? So you're gonna press up and then come down, and 2, and 3, and 4, and hold. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, okay, you get it? So it's 4 seconds coming down, brief pause at the bottom, right back up, no pause at the top. Last exercise, I want to do something that works our posterior chain rather than the core, like we did on day 1. So if you have a yoga ball or a stability ball, great. If you have an ottoman or a chair you can lay over, great. We've done this in several of our workouts so far. It's the reverse hyperextension. Okay, so you want to find a position on the ball. Sorry, my head's cut off, but you can see my bottom half, which is what I want you to see. Find a position that when you lift your legs up, you're not going to roll backwards, okay? And what you're going to do from here is squeeze your butt, keep your legs straight, and come up, and then down nice and slow till your toes touch the ground. Up and hold, down. Not a 4-second count, but nice and controlled, okay? It's the only exercise we're doing today that we're not taking 4 seconds. And we're going to do 8 of those, okay? So, set number 1 is the slow squats and the slow bent row, back and forth. 8 repetitions each for a total of 2 minutes, 3 sets. Second circuit is the lunges and the shoulder press. Again, all moving slowly with the 4-second count. And then the reverse hyperextension, doing 8 repetitions each, rotating all through. That's your circuit for 2 minutes, 3 sets each, okay? Alternative exercises that you can do for the squats and for the lunges. Again, you can do the donkey kicks, hip flexion, abduction, or any combination of those two. You can also do these ones slow, holding onto a wall or not. Kick out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Balance challenge here. Out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Out, get it? Okay, same thing here. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, you're increasing the time under tension, and because you're going slower, now you're really challenging your balance. If you're not holding on to something, right? When I'm coming up like this and going down nice and slow, I have to hold my position on this leg that much longer. Those are good alternatives. It's a combination of strength, balance, and stability training that you're doing there, okay? Instead of the bent row, if you don't want to bend over because you have back issues, you can squeeze the shoulder blades and slowly bring your hands together for a 4 count, okay? Squeeze and hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or pretend row, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or using a band, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so again, those are good alternatives for the first circuit. For the second circuit, rather than doing lunges, we can do step-ups like we've done before. Again, those are lunging motions. You can use a stepper or a solid block of some kind, or something that you know is stable, like a stool, but you know it's got a wide enough base of support that it's not going to be tippy at all if you're stepping up on it. Okay, and what you can do is something like this. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Or you can do the step up. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or if you don't want to do the slow count, no problem. Just do step ups like we did last time. Okay? Or step ups with a hip flexion. Right? Whatever you want to do, whatever works. Or you can also do the same ones that we were just doing. Okay? So, lunge option, shoulder press. If, again, shoulder press over your head like this with your palms facing forward is hard on your shoulders, try either rotating your hands in, doing a full range of motion like that, or reducing your range of motion only to down here, because the pain starts to generally show when you come down lower, okay, and you press up. Coming down only halfway tends to make it a little better, and rotating your hands in takes the pressure off. You're not really expanding your shoulders as much. This is a little more of a normal position, kind of how you're used to walking around in the world versus kind of like this, which is what having your arms out by your side forces you to do. Okay? Or you can do the side delt raise like we've done before, etc. Right? Now, on the last one, the reverse hyperextensions, I'm really trying to work your posterior chain. So if you're like, yeah, that's great, Mike, but I don't really feel like getting down on the ground and getting back up, not a problem. Just do good mornings, okay? Working the same muscle groups, but you don't have to get down on the ground. When you're doing good morning, remember, nice tight core, chest expanded, your back's nice and straight, okay? Just always keep it safe. So, if you're ready, let's start. I'm going to set my timer for 2 minutes. We're going to do the first circuit, 3 sets, which is the squat, and then the bent row. I'm going to grab some dumbbells to use for the bent row, so I can demonstrate it. Here we go. So ready? We're going to start. Oh, and you can hold on to weights on the squats too, if just squatting with your body isn't challenging enough. So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold up. This is set number 3, or rep number 3. 5. Nice and controlled, staying on my heels. Don't forget that pause at the bottom. Everybody wants to skip that pause at the bottom because that's the whole hard part. Here comes rep number 8. Good. I'm going to go right to the next exercise, which is the bent row, and I'm going to pull up and hold. 2, 3, 4. Up and hold. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Remember, just 8 reps. Remember if this is 7 or 8. I'm going to do one more, just in case. Can't count and talk at the same time, apparently. Okay, good. Into the squats right away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep my hands up here because I like to keep my chest out. I keep my arms here as well. I find if I put them down here like this, I tend to want to bend over, hunch over, which is not good. Okay. Oh, okay, so it's 2 minutes. So, notice I might make a decision here. I might say to myself, okay, so I did 2 sets of the squats and only 1 set of the bent row for the first set. So I might start the next set by doing the bent row, then do the squats, and then do a second set of the bent row. That way, I'll kind of keep a balance between the amount of lower body work I do and the amount of upper body work I do. It's a little bit hard with this one. Normally when I say to people, like I was talking about high density training and escalating density training on Monday, where you're trying to do more work in the same amount of time, you can't go faster with this particular rep scheme than 1 week to the next, right? Because there's a set lift count. There's 4 seconds down, 1 second hold, 1 second up, right? So I can't ask you to go faster. The only way you can make the exercise more intense is to add more weight to the lift, okay? So that being said, I can't ask you to try and do the second set faster so that you get a set 2 sets of the rows in and 2 sets of the squats. That's not going to happen. It's going to take about 2 minutes to do 2 sets of one and 1 set of the other. So to keep it balanced, let's start with the rows, then go to the squats, and then we'll finish with the rows. Does that make sense? Okay, depending on what you think needs more work, your lower body or your upper body, you can choose on the 3rd set to start with either the squats to do 2 sets of them or the rows to do 2 sets of them. Here we go. Okay, get ready. We're setting up for the 2nd set, starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. So this time, I'm going to do the alternate exercises. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe this one. 2, 3, 4. Go to the other leg. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Out to the side. This is number 6. Finish with the donkey kick. Sorry, I'm just realizing I started with the lower body, and I said I was going to start with the upper body. You get the point, anyways. So I'm going to again do only 1 set of the upper body and 2 with the lower body, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because if you're looking to shed fat, working the lower body is always a better bet because the muscles are bigger and burn more calories than with the upper body. Okay, 1 more rep. All right, and let's do these again. Two, 3, 4. Remember, really watch the speed. You're going to want to speed up, but count 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll finish with hip flexion. Got a little bit of extra time here. I will get some more rows in. That's good. We can do what I said before, which is if you don't want to bend over, standing, squeezing the shoulder blades. Lots of options. Here we go. Okay. Good. I almost got 2 sets of each in. That's good. Okay. Minute 30 rest coming up, and we'll have our last set of the first mini circuit, and then we'll be going into the 2nd mini circuit. It looks like in the 2nd mini circuit, we're really only going to be able to do 1 of each exercise based on the count. Okay, we might be able to do a little bit of 1 more of the exercises. We'll see, but based on that 4-second count, seems to be that 3 exercises with 8 repetitions is going to take us to about the 2-minute mark. And I know I said the last one, the reverse hyperextensions, isn't necessarily a 4 count. You are going a little bit slower. So I think we can expect in that each round of the circuit to do 1 of each, which is absolutely fine. Okay? And remember again, please check in with your body now and ask yourself, what am I feeling? If you're starting to feel joint pain and you've been doing the squats, doing the bent row, then maybe change it up to a easier version or a lighter version of the exercise. And that might mean not going so slow. You can still squat, but just do regular speed, for example. As a matter of fact, that's what I'll do for the last set, maybe. Maybe we'll do 15 repetitions at a regular speed rather than 8 at a slower speed, because what I find is that going slower and pausing at the bottom can be even more of a challenge on the joints. So if we have joints that are kind of sometimes, going at a regular pace, a regular controlled pace might be better. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, so we're going to start again in 3, 2, 1, and go. So if you want to go slow, or if you find your joints can't handle it, you can just squat, regular pace. We're going to do 15, like I said, of these instead of 8 of the slow ones. I would encourage you to try the slow ones anyways, unless, like I said, there's a reason like joint pain. Okay, try them because it's also giving you a different perspective on lifting, right? This is a different way to lift, so I'm trying to give you as much opportunity to experience as much as you can so that you can make decisions going forward on your own. How do I want to exercise, right? What feels right to me? And also to give you options to change it up from time to time. Okay, that's 15 right there. And then we can also do the same here, right? We don't have to go slow. Just regular pace. If going slow isn't working for you. I think this is number 10, 9 or 10. I really can't talk and count at the same time. Let's call this one 12. 13, 14, 15. Okay, and let's finish with the original one, nice and slow. 2, 3, 4. Hold, but only if you can. Remember, do whatever works for you. I'm just really here demonstrating all the different options. Just breathe how it comes naturally. When you're doing these slow repetitions, it's harder. You can't really breathe in on the way down, out on the way up. You end up having to hold your breath. Not good when you're exercising. And one more, I think. And let's finish with this one. Or maybe a row, just at regular speed. Okay? All right, rest. That's it, folks, for the first circuit. We're into the second circuit already. Stuff goes pretty quick once you get going. Okay, I'm gonna put these dumbbells away because we don't need them. Or you might need them actually because maybe your lunges, your shoulder press, whatever, are strong enough that you can use them. I'm just going to do all the exercises without any weights. What a lot of people don't realize is that when you're lunging, when you're squatting, even when you're doing a shoulder press, you are lifting weights because your arms weigh something, right? Your shoulders have to propel your arms up. Believe me, try and do this for an hour. I don't know that many of us would be able to get through an hour of this. Doesn't matter how strong we are. So, even without weights, the exercises can be challenging, okay? So remember, we're doing slowed down lunges, slowed down shoulder press, and a reverse hyperextension. I'm going to demonstrate all of the quote-unquote hardest versions of the exercises to start, and then in the ensuing sets, I'll show you the alternatives that we went through initially, okay? We're in 20 seconds, so get ready. And remember, there's a pause button on these videos for a reason, because if you're not ready to go into the set when I say it's time to go, that's fine. Pause it and wait until you feel your heart rate has come down to a point where you are ready to go, okay? You are the best judge of when you're ready, not me, because I can't see you right now on the video. Okay, here we go. Let me just reset the timer. And then we will be good to go with the lunges. Okay, we're going. So you step out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Back. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Back. This is number 4. Holding my hands here, just like with squats, because I want to keep my back nice and straight. Okay, this is rep number 5. Rep number 6, nice and slow, nice and controlled. Remember, don't do lunges if you don't have good stability, right? Regular lunges are tough enough. These really challenge your stability because you're slowing yourself down. You have to stabilize yourself for a longer period of time. Okay, that's 8. Here we go. Shoulder press, okay? Up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 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 and this is number 7, I think. Sorry, my dryer just started singing at me. My laundry's done, apparently. I have a little laundry attachment to the gym here. Let's do one more, just in case I miscounted, okay? All right, shows you don't have to be perfect. You just have to do it. Sometimes even the trainer miscounts. Okay, ready? Here we go. Up and slowly down. 2. We're doing 8 of these as well. 3. This is number 7. Good squeeze with the butt. Keep the legs straight when you do these, okay? Really the butt that's doing a lot of the work here. Okay, that's great. All right. Let's set the timer. And check in with yourself. I am going to run upstairs really quick because I have to go to the washroom. So that's what these breaks are for. I'll be right back. All right, back in time. Got 15 seconds, 10 seconds left to go. Check in with yourself. How are my knees? Lunges can be really hard on the knees, folks, so let's be honest with ourselves here, right? If those are bugging your knees, consider substituting in squats. Maybe do the slow squats. Maybe do regular speed squats, okay? So let's, for this set, talk about alternatives, just in case you have to switch it up, okay? Starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. First alternative is just doing regular speed reverse lunges. These are a little bit easier on the joints, okay? Rather than going slow, just regular speed. But that might not work, so fine. We can do slow squats like we did in the first set. Okay? Or regular speed squats. Or, just like we were doing before, with the step up options, okay? Up, 2, 3, 4. Out of the camera. Sorry. And then up, 2, 3, 4. Up, 2, 3, 4. Anything you want, anything that works. Okay, let's go to the shoulder press. Maybe this isn't working. Side delt raises, nice and slow, 4-second count coming down. Front delt raises, same thing. Number 5, 2, 3, 4, 6. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one, the hold's at the top because this is where the tension is. Unlike a shoulder press where it's at the bottom. Squat, lunge where it's at the bottom. Okay, good. And then we'll go into the final one, which is a reverse hyperextension. We'll do a better job on demonstrating alternates, lunges rather than, or step-ups for lunges on this next set coming up. That last one was a bit all over the place, sorry. Coming up on 2 minutes. I think we'll get one more rep in. There we go, good. Okay. Timer for rest, 1.5 minutes, and this is almost it, folks. This is the end of day 2 of the 12th week, which is the second to last week of this workout challenge, okay? So, let's do a quick recap. I have given you circuits. I have given you metronome training. I have given you mini circuits and shown you different ways of lifting using 1 1/2 reps and now slower reps, okay? Next week, I'm going to show you something called isometrics, which are a lot of fun, I'll tell you. They're a real challenge. But what I'm doing is I'm showing you how to work your muscles, the same muscles, but different ways. And in that, you're going to find, naturally, ways that you like working out more and ways that you like working out less. And also, like I said before, it will give you alternatives. It will give you different options in your workouts that you can turn to if you get bored with just doing the same kind of normal regular lifting, you know, kind of like the trainer counting sets like 1, 2. I'm giving you lots of different ways of doing it, okay? So hopefully you'll find something that works for you. So rather than doing lunges this time, I'm going to assume that some of you have made the decision that, they're a little hard on my joints, Mike. Even with the alternatives like regular speed reverse lunges, we're going to turn to the step-ups this time, okay? And we're going to do slow step-ups. So slow rep step-ups, and then I'll finish up by showing you some of the alternative exercises, or showing them. You guys know them, but take you through them, okay? All right, setting the timer for the very last set. Good on you for everybody who stayed with me this far. And for everybody who hasn't, if you've tried, good on you too. It's all good. 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, here we go. So step up and then slow down. 2, 3, 4. Hold and step up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Up. 2, 3, 4. The hold is right before I put my foot down, okay? Okay, nice and slow, challenging the muscles. 2, 3, 4. Up. 2, 3, 4. These are all good stability training exercises. And shoulder press. 2, 3, 4. Shoulder press. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's not working. Don't forget, you can turn your hands like this, see if that helps a little bit. If your shoulders are hurting. If not, no problem. Let's go to the Delt Raises and the pauses at the top. Okay, that is your 8th rep there. Move this out of the way, and we will finish with the reverse hyperextension. Up. 2. Good squeeze on the butt on these. And remember, for those of you who don't want to do those, no problem. Just a good morning. Okay? All right, here it is. Let me make that thing go quiet. As always, please leave me your comments, your concerns, your questions, your likes, your dislikes, everything down in the comments below. I hope you like this workout. I hope you like the, at least trying something new, a new way of lifting. Some people prefer it, some people don't. By the way, this slower lifting pattern, a lot of research has been done on it. This really helps to build muscle. Moving slowly through what's called the negative or the eccentric or the phase of the lift where your muscle elongates and doesn't contract is shown to really build muscle. Okay, that's one mechanism of hypertrophy or muscle building. So I offer it to you as an alternative. And again, I said this several times, when I talk about building muscle, it doesn't mean you're going to bulk up. It means you're going to get toned. And people come to me asking, how do I get toned? Well, it's about putting on muscle and shedding a little bit of fat. So putting on muscle is part of the process. You're not going to bulk up, not like Arnold Schwarzenegger or anything, but you will add a little bit of muscle, and that will help you to look good in a strapless dress if you're a lady, or in a nice suit if you're a guy, okay? So there it is again. Comments, questions, whatever, comments below. And we will see you in a couple days for the final week, week 13 of this Fit in 20 workout challenge.